I've said it over and over again that this fight is a continuous one. It cannot be an event. It's a process, and we have to be tenacious in our efforts. And it also, as I've said over and over, will require the collective effort of the country, the government, the law enforcement agencies, traditional authorities, media like yourself, civil society like the professor, and many others. It will require all of us our collective efforts, and which is why I welcome very warmly the heightened interest in matters relating to illegal small-scale mining. Let me give you an example. The point that the professor makes about citing an illegal mining operation close to a road, and I've been across the country. I've met regional security councils. I've made it abundantly clear to them that government is vested full authority and mandate in their hands to clamp down on illegal small-scale mining, which ab initio is a crime, it's a criminal activity. I want to believe that there's a police station in this particular place. There is a district chief executive there. There is DISEC. There's RESEC. There are law enforcement agencies. By that, I mean local law enforcement agencies who have to act on this. If they are not, that is a problem. There are traditional authorities there who have to raise the alarm. If they are not, we have a problem. But that said, at the center, I've just convened a meeting, an emergency meeting today of all the key actors at the ministry for us to have an evaluation of where we are on the fight of illegal small-scale mining, because all the measures we put in place are ongoing. The Operation Halt, which is a surgical operation, as you know, we deploy the soldiers as and when they are needed. They are not there permanently, and it's for good reason why we do not deploy them permanently. We deploy them as and so we're conducting the review, and if we have to ramp up the enforcement measures and mechanisms, we will do so. But let me also point out one very important point, and I think it's absolutely important. The professor made a point to that effect, but not as bluntly as I'm going to do. Look, my friend, let's just face it. You hear opposition elements talk about illegal mining, galamsey, the government is failed. In fact, I've even heard one or two people say the minister should resign, and so on and so forth. The blunt truth, Wilson, the blunt truth is that they don't make these points because they want to protect our river bodies or because, with the greatest of respect, they care about our landscape or our environment. It is just for politics. It's for political scoring. It's for vote scoring. You then ramp up your enforcement measures. You put in Operation Halt. You start to demobilize excavators and burn, if you want to call them, burn them, or demobilize equipment used for illegal mining. These same elements goes into the communities and tell them, look, when we come into office, we'll allow you to mine freely, indiscriminately. And this is on tape, it's on video, high-ranking opposition officers on video, on tape, going from community to community and telling Ghanaians that if they came into office, they will allow them to mine freely. And we all saw the consequence of that in the 2020 elections. I'm not going to go into that. You have another situation where when you ramp up your enforcement regime, you put out more soldiers, you start to demobilize excavators, you go on the river bodies, you are burning chamfines, you are arresting people. Then you have some elements, and I say this with qualification, not all, some elements in the ruling party who say, well, the minister is trying to, is taking measures which will cost us the elections. The minister's actions is going to result, or the government's actions are going to result in the ruling party losing the elections and this and that. And then the truth also is that you have elements too whom, when you clamp down on them, they will come to you and make a lot of noise about how the party is being too draconian on its measures against illegal mining. But from where I sit and from where government sits, we do not have to be perturbed by any of those considerations. We do not have to be persuaded by any of those considerations. And we do not have to be motivated by any of those considerations. Our motivation should be the public good and the national interest.
Yeah, I mean, while you talk about what your motivation should be.